there's a Walking Dead spin-off you didn't know existed. If you thought that The Walking Dead and its spin-off Fear the Walking Dead were the only two series to be adapted from Robert Kirkman's original comic book, then you'd be wrong. Undead wrong. If you're a proper deadhead, you might well have heard of Flight 462, a web series released in 16 parts to MC.com in late 2015. This spin-off's chief function was to introduce the character of Alex, Michelle Ang, a plucky survivor who we were promised would later reappear on Fear. She did, and make a big impact. She didn't. But that's far from the only online exclusive series to be spun off from the flagship telly shows. Flight 462 was followed by Fear the Walking Dead, Passage the following year, a second 16-part series which followed two survivors, Sierra, Kelsey Scott, and Gabby, Missile Prada, as they sought sanctuary in the zombie apocalypse. There have also been 4 web series linked to the main series: Torn Apart, 2011, Cold Storage, 2012, The Oath, 2013, and, most recently, Red Machete. Related, The Walking Dead tipped to bring back John Byrne/Shane Walsh. Torn Apart told the story of Hannah, also known as Bicycle Girl, the first walker that Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln, encountered after waking from his coma, while Cold Storage was about Chase, Josh Stewart, a young survivor hiding out in a storage facility. The Oath followed 2 survivors named Paul, Wyatt Russell, of Black Mirror's Platist, and Karina, Ashley Bell, as they fled their zombie-overrun camp in search of a medical station. But Red Machete, which dropped 6 episodes between October of last year and this April, was a different beast, breaking from the tradition of following a character or pair of characters as they sought shelter from the undead hordes. Instead, this spin-off told the origin story of the red-handled machete that Rick found in Season 5 premiere No Sanctuary and later used to brutally hack Terminus cannibal Gareth, Andrew J. West, to death a few weeks later in 4 Walls and a Roof. The red-handled machete was a character in Season 4, and that is where the genesis of the story really started, director Avi Uabian explained to Deadline, explaining that the story was a narrative that executive producer Scott Gimple wanted to be told. Having directed 1 episode of The Walking Dead itself, Season 6, Episode 5 now and edited 12 more, Uabian teamed with writer Nick Bernard-Dunn, the script coordinator on both The Walking Dead and Fear, who'd cracked a killer story that was a purely visual narrative. The pair devised a plan whereby Red Machete would follow its inanimate protagonist from place to place, from owner to owner, eventually revealing how it found its way from a shelf on a hardware store to Rick's murderous hands. The series did, however, revisit one character familiar to Walking Dead fans, with Jeff Kober reprising his role of Joe from the show's 4th season in the spin-off's 3rd and 4th chapters. Don't remember Joe? He was the uber-creepy leader of the Claimers who Rick eventually offed by tearing out his jugular with his teeth, though the majority was live-action, though shot in L.A., rather than The Walking Dead's Atlanta. One episode, Chapter 4, featured an animated sequence modeled after the artwork in the original comic series. Every episode was different, Uabian explained. We have one episode that's animation, there's another one that's just a static shot. We tried to make every little chapter have its own unique visual style. Though it leaves the fate of one character, Mandy, Anais Lit, unresolved, Uabian insists that the Red Machete narrative is completely over, with the spin-off designed as a self-contained piece. But this isn't the end of the road for the web spin-offs, with a plan in place for more outings in future. Even with the franchise's original leading man about to depart, the Walking Dead universe, like those undead hordes, looks set to continue expanding and dominating. The Walking Dead, Red Machete is available in the US via AMC.com, along with the other web series listed above. Flight 462 is also available to watch in the UK via AMC UK's official site. Want up-to-the-minute entertainment and tech news? Just hit like on our Digital Spy Facebook page and follow on our @DigitalSpy Twitter account and you're all set.